Whoa, we're back from Bleach Soul Resonance, and we finally have it. The news has dropped. Bambi actually is confirmed for a time after maintenance. You can see it right here. So there was a brief period. You can see this in the Bleach Soul Resonance Discord. By the way, follow the Bleach Soul Resonance News account on Twitter, and you can get access to the Discord, where there was speculating that the Chinese text, the information here, was actually incorrect, and we were expected to see Bambi even later than we thought. Some people were speculating as late as Friday, but instead the Bleach Soul Resonance actual game account, the Bleach Soul Resonance actual game account has given us the 411 on that, and they say that Bambi is officially releasing after the maintenance on August 11th, which is today as of recording this video. It's literally, this came out minutes ago, moments ago. We can see Dear Substitute Soul Reaper, to provide you with a better gaming experience, will be performing server maintenance during the following time period, August 11th, 2026, 10:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. UTC2. Funnel that through your time, whatever that happens to be. And then we have the most updated one, as of 6 to 7 minutes late, previously, whatever. New SSR Bambietta is coming soon, available on August 11th after maintenance. This means that by the time some of y'all go to bed and go to sleep, wake up, by the time some of y'all get home from work, whatever it is you do, Bambietta will be in game. They've tricked us again. Those weasel devs always keep us on our toes. How I love them. Though. I do love those devs. Yes, I do. Why am I talking like Trump right now? What happened? What was that? Where did that come from? Yes, I do. So it's interesting, right? I mean, this is pretty unexpected. I don't think anyone really saw Bambietta just cropping up this randomly. I had gone to bed thinking, okay, time to figure out what I'm going to do today, because obviously Bambietta is not showing up for however long it takes for her to show up, essentially. It's just not going to happen until old girl decides to show up. Like, it is what it is. Time to break out the Rukia video, time to break out the Byakuya video, time to really go into DEFCON 5 or whatever and just try to come up with something to do. Now, because there is not much to show, I do want to say something. As far as if you should pull, as far as if a new type character that is DPS is valuable enough to pull, I would actually say that of the three now, if you're going to start getting stuff done, you could obviously wait. First of all, these characters will be around. You save up all your resources until near the end of the celebration. Decide if you like the look of the team, and then pull one of the most important one. But here's the lowdown. Here's the realistic point of view, from pre-impressions, pre-anything. Let's just work with the idea that Bambietta will be the DPS, Yuryu will be the tactic, and Candace will be the support. Well, you can't miss the support. That just is what it is. You just can't. A lot of people missed my Yuri. Now he's the most desired character in the game. You know, that's how it goes. That is how it goes. I bet a lot of people miss Zael. I bet he's the most desired character in the game. So if you get to the point where now suddenly you want to pull for Candace, because you can't skip Candace, because if a finesse character comes out that you want and then suddenly Candace isn't available, your team is going to suck. So you probably can't skip Candace no matter what. If she does end up being the support, we don't know, of course. That Candace doesn't work without a DPS, so you probably can't skip Bambietta. So you probably have to go that route too. And then Yuryu, whether he's the thrust tactic or the finesse tactic, DPS only work in pairs, and you want the tactic as your pair, so you're probably gonna need the tactic too. It's really tough, right, if they do end up dropping one after another. And again, you can just wait until the end to see if they do this, but it's a really low odds that they just drop SSR Bambietta and don't give her a tactics character. I'm pretty sure they're aware of it. What they could do is drop Candace as the tactics character and then drop, I don't know. You just leave Yuryu or Yutahara as the support, and it just remains like a thing where just one other team that needs to use Yodahara as their support, right? But I don't think that'll end up happening. Instead, like I said, and again, this is all information you'll know with time. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like you just don't want to miss out on a new typing in these games. It's just going to make future endeavors easier when Lost Noche Showdown returns, and maybe there's a finesse category will make it easier. When Hueco Mundo happens and there's a finesse category there, it's going to make it easier. When you're trying to, if you want to push the leaderboards, there's just not going to be any room for that. So Deadlock again. Anything they decide to do with that mode. Tower, if they introduce Tower for finesse, you're going to want finesse then. Like, these are also TYBW collab characters, which I would say, at least, I mean, immediately, both TYBW characters that we know information about, Bambietta and TS Ichigo, are arguably, for at least free-to-plays, until we see Bambietta in full, at least until we see her in full, and it's just impressions, True Shikai Ichigo is a better character for free-to-plays and low spenders than Ulquieta, than Grimjo, than White Ichigo. And I don't expect Bambietta to just like fall below that. I actually expect her to be better than True Shikai Ichigo. Maybe worse because her team isn't complete right now. But again, you could wait. But yeah, it is just crazy. It's a crazy thing to see that she's actually coming. It's very surprising. I did not expect to get on and see that like just popped out, man. Crazy. When I saw this, I was kind of doomed. Man. I was like, well, I guess she doesn't exist. It's crazy to think that she exists after everything. You know, she's kind of eluded us for a long time. I thought maybe, you know, Bambietta is just a compensation that we made along the way. And I was kind of okay with that. You know, I was kind of okay with her just being the compensation that we garnered along the way, you know? Like, it's been a few great days of compensation, and I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I'm scared to get Bambietta now. I'm scared to live in a world where compensation isn't something I'm looking forward to every day. You know what I mean? Like, it has been a beautiful time. It's been a beautiful ride, but I guess it's over. You know, as we go on, we remember all the times, all the compensation we made together. So as the maintenance changes, come whatever, we will still be BSR forever. I'm losing my mind. It's true. But yeah, I would keep a lookout. I would just, if you're someone who is free to play and maybe you skipped Majority and you regret it, maybe you skipped other characters and you now regret it, I do think this is going to be one of those cases where maybe you're not super hype about Bambietta or any of the Bambi Squad characters, but I think you will ultimately regret missing out on an entire type of character for a long time, just because when it's time to rebuild that category, because they don't run banners in between each other a lot. Like, if Bleach Soul Resonance after first year, this is what I would say, they should start running one character and then a rerun character and then another character and then a rerun character and another character and a rerun character, or they should start doing one character, first week rerun character, second week a different rerun character, third week, third rerun character, and start actually returning a lot of these characters, giving people the chance to skip and get dupes instead of characters they love, instead of always sort of, you know, pussyfooting around getting these characters back out. But I think that's enough yapping around. I mean, there's just not much to say other than thank God this is actually happening. So I've been alone, crazy stuff. Like, if this video is good, to club, go make it, and peace.